let's get Botrix in here. Save the changes. That's done. Put it on any. That's done. Hello, Daydreamer. Okay, I can't see Botrix yet, but hello everyone that's joined thus far. This is Lucius. Hello, Bunny.
When the weather's like this, just makes
And
you wanna
Troy, are you alright? Yes.
doze off for a while.
Hello, Lucius. You want to continue doing crochet, but you got dailies to do. Hello, Miro. You finally caught a Sunday? Yes, welcome, Miro. I just started, so I was late today because, well, I had stuff to do. Bro saying, sorry, meanwhile, me, I haven't joined the stream for almost a week. Hello, the god. What do you mean? You've been coming. You've sent your edits in on every Sunday and stuff. We love to see your edits. Ah, the music is bombastic. Hold on a second. Okay. Volume at 50%. My resin is at 198. That's good. How was everybody's Christmas? What did everybody get for Christmas? For those of you that celebrate Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, well, tell us about what you did on Christmas. I bought a gift for somebody who was really important to me. The god says that he got a book. What kind of book?
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
We're not here to laugh at anybody. Tell us about your Christmas gift unapologetically. And make sure you say it with your chest what you got. I still haven't done the Varissa event, but I will have to do it later, guys. I'm working on a really big project for you guys. This is one of the first times that I'm gonna make some really long-term content. So I am trying to tell me. Miro says we're kind of out of things to want. Each other's company can be a gift, you know. A dairy book that was meant for girls? A dairy book? Like milk? Like milk and eggs and cream cheese and all of that stuff? Oh, a diary. That caught me off guard. Well, I thought that maybe the god probably like had farmer grandparents and stuff, and I was like, how is dairy products only for women? I was gonna say, damn. I must be female because I have almond milk in my refrigerator, and it's delicious. Especially when used with oatmeal. Okay, so Coach Eon-san is gonna get our resin today. We need like 13 more of these Tenebrous Papilla pieces. Lucy says she got fawn antlers and ears, and an ocarina and a new game. Share that stuff in Stuff Sharing Sundays. I was concerned. You okay, Troy? Yeah. Just, sometimes I just need some more time. You know, old... Well, I guess not old, but relatively fresh injuries. Don't worry about it. I'm all good. I'm all good.
Over here.
And, I've been taking time trying to make a new project, as I said, with you guys. I'm gonna be making a full, entire edited thing of all of my old video game playthroughs. No updates is a concerning part for me. Well, you know, trying to keep my own medical information private. You know, you never know if one of you guys is secretly an insurance agent. But, yeah, I'm okay. Everything's alright. Just, sometimes I just need some more time to, get the day started, you know? That's all. Nothing to be concerned about. All good. Everything is okay. No worries. No worries. I thought you died. Oh, no, I didn't die. You could still see my status says things like online. No, I'm not dead. I just thought he was busy. Yeah, just need some more time, some days to do things than expected. It's also why I haven't written the schedule, because if I write the schedule, like, yes, last Saturday, the recent Saturday, I didn't do Project Zomboid on that because I needed the time, and I couldn't.
Be humble.
Surprise!
I know everybody's still coming, so I'm just spending up my resin in Genshin, and by the time I do that, oh, and by the way, if you guys have Christmas gifts, by all means, please do share them in the Sunday stuff. Just finishing up spending my resin here in Genshin, and we'll continue Genshin after the stuff sharing. I'm gonna go for a good 2.5 hours from when I started, so, you know, hope that gives everybody plenty of time. We need 6 more of those.
Be free. Time to say hello.
Over here! You me!
The tides beckon. Settle down.
Only need 3 more. Nice energy recharge sand.
Coach will take it from here.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
Not too far now. Tell me what you see.
Zip on up! Do the spot!
Be free.
Silence.
Time to say hello.
The tides beckon.
Alright, that's it. This is me giving everybody a chance to just share all their things. And, you know, if you don't have anything to share physically, like photos or whatever, write a New Year's resolution. Something that you promise to do better in the coming year. And also, that is a nice HP sand. I'm going to lock that. And we got some wishes. Hopefully we will get a 4-star character that we do not wish yet have. Let's see what we got. It's a purple. Come on. Gimme Layla. That doesn't look like Layla. Did I just get 2 weapons in a row? Favonius Codex, 4-star. And then I just got a Widsith. What? I got cheated. Alright, whatever. No Layla for us.
Coach will take it from here. Faster, stronger.
You don't think there's any rules to the 4-star drops? That's crazy. Alright. Let's get to sharing our stuff on Sunday. And be sure, you guys, to take your time to share the things that you want.
Add Astra. Add Astra. Thank you for completing.
Alright. Good. We got the companionship XP. We got everything. Don't forget to check your teapots and your parametric transformers. Lucy says, why is the Hades game so hard but also so easy? Lucy, I think it's because of the randomization of the power-ups. Because some runs you'll just get really cracked power-ups. And other runs you get a bunch of dysfunctional power-ups that don't work together very well. But that's the nature of randomness. Sometimes it's chaos. Sometimes it's the luckiest you've ever been.
If you ever have...
I'll collect these subspace waypoint stuff. And... I guess it's streaming time. Or, well, it's Sunday's time, so we'll get to the stuff sharing. Okay, that's all done. Little bit of XP ley line.
Now it's your turn.
Change of plan.
Bow your head. Be sanctified.
Having multiple games is a drag, says the god. Yeah, because you have so many daily upkeeps that you feel like if you stop playing any of them, you get nothing. And that's really stressful to do.
Quick as a flash.
Alright, let's see Coach Yan-san. Not enough yet. Daydreamer keeps getting the wrong set. Alright, well, it's time to get to the stuff sharing. Yeah, each of the games is a treadmill, so if you don't play enough on every single one, then it's terrible for all of them. 'Cause you just can't keep up. Welcome, Kimiko. You came at just the right moment. Good. Alright, it's time for us to share our stuff. Okay, I think this is where we left off last week. 12:21, yes. So, wait. Yeah, it was the hibiscus flower. Somebody shared, it was Bunny, she shared the hibiscus, a character who was based off of a hibiscus flower. That's our last thing. Alright, here we go. Here's Daydreamer with her crochet. This is the Santa that she said she crocheted. Look at that craftsmanship. Daydreamer, you must have like a lot of dexterity with your fingers. Kimiko says she has top 1% Ganyu now. Awesome. We'll be doing character reviews in Genshin after we're done with this. So, we'll have time for that. But yes, I have been saying I'm working on something big. And depending on how you guys like the video, like, I will be doing more of those videos, but it's been the holidays, and I've also needed more time to get up. So I'm sorry I haven't streamed as much as usual, but that's okay. I need the time just like you do, you know, holidays and stuff. But yeah, I'll be releasing polls and stuff to just get you guys' weight on the opinions of different things, and it's important that you guys do see those and you do vote on them, because I will be paying attention to them, because, you know, I just need I missed you, Troy. I missed you too, Kimiko. We'll get to review your top 1% Ganyu soon. If you want to. Later on, after the stuff sharing. But nice craftsmanship on this Santa Claus. It makes me wonder, how do you craft these things, Daydreamer? Like, do you have to put a piece of like silicone or something? Like, do you have to put your finger inside of the hat and then knit around your finger? But that seems too small. Or rather, you can't do it one-handed. How do you do that? How do you get the patterns to kinda? Not really. Do you have to use another object? Do you have to like get a solid object and knit around it to hold it in place? Daydreamer might be grandma. Daydreamer's got really wonderful sweaters. That's a nice sweater. You get a heart for that. Tell us about it in the chat while you're doing that. Lucius sharing a picture of her dog. Now, if you can spot which side of the dog is the head, left or right, please let me know, because I can't see it. Where's the dog's head at? Don't see him. You just crochet it. Holding it with my finger is just a comfort thing. It looks like a blanket. It does look like a blanket. And she said, Nox the blob is sleeping on my leg. I can no longer feel my leg, and he snores like a dad. You know what, though? The fact that this animal feels comfortable enough next to you to sleep next to you tells me you take really good care of Nox, and Nox loves you. You take good care of that dog. Okay, the God, Christmas Eve. Let me just mute the sound, because I know YouTube is anal about copyright. If you guys want to hear the sound, it is in the Discord. But I do have to do this literally for copyright purposes. But I can hear it myself. And what is this dance? This dude is playing Dance Dance Revolution on extreme mode. with the camera trackers. I love that. That was great. The sound effects were really awesome. When the plus 100 point sound effect, the god, chef's kiss. That was magnificent. I love it. Uh, you are very close to what he is doing. He is pachinko player? Oh, that's a pachinko player. I didn't notice. I didn't know that. All right, Kimiko says, I also got more, and tomorrow I will get more because I celebrate with my father tomorrow and think about getting my rats a new cage. Merry Sinsmas, guys. What is this? Bowl with chopsticks. That's a nice bowl with chopsticks. Is that an umbrella, Kimiko? That's a nice looking umbrella you got there, too. I see a little envelope. Did somebody send you this as a gift? 17 by 16 height, 10.6 centimeters. Nice. Very nice. And look at the design on this blanket. Is it a blanket? This looks like your foot right here. You got some nice pants, Kimiko. Oh, I see the little snowflakes on that envelope right there, too. This blanket looks really thick and comfortable. It's probably a heavy blanket, too. Interesting. A clear see-through umbrella. That's pretty handy when you're facing it forward to try and protect yourself from the wind. And you can see through it, too, so that's nice. That's very nice. It might make it a little bit hard to find if you drop it inside some water or something, but I don't know how deep of water anybody would be walking through with an umbrella equipped. So this is a really good idea. I love this umbrella. Thanks. Everything bought from her mother, and that's her cousin's blankets. And you love the pants. Very nice. Oh, Lemon Bunny Mama Bear sharing a picture of her Christmas tree. We got the background with all of the books. And a witch's broom. Did they put the star at the top of the tree? They did put the star at the top of the tree. That's nice. And they got a little snow globe hanging off the tree. We got all sorts of presents here. We got Stitch. We got Santa Claus. That's a nice doorknob you got there. I had a doorknob like that at one point in time. Look at these curtains. Look at all of this stuff around a Christmas tree. This is so much stuff. We got gifts wrapped underneath it too. All of this stuff. And a pen on the floor? Looks like a little pen. Interesting. The big present is coming later, says Kimiko. What kind of big present? Nice, bunny. Oh, this is an Etch-a-Sketch. How many of you, when was the last time you guys played with an Etch-a-Sketch? You know, one of those things where you got the two wheels. You spin the wheel left, spin the wheel right. So you could just, you're always constantly drawing. So it's a drawing that's all one line. Daydreamer says eons ago. Would you play with an Etch-a-Sketch again? Like, what does this look like to you guys? Come on, type it in. What do you guys see? What do you see, Miro, Lucius, Lindsay, Daydreamer? What do you all see? The God? What do you see on this Etch-a-Sketch? I can kind of see what looks like an apple tree and some grass beneath it, or maybe it's the waves down at the bottom, waves of water. Or maybe it's a person with like a wedding dress that's flowing and I don't know. What's at the bottom of the picture? Maybe that's like the part of the headdress, I guess. What is this? Lindsay says, bro, that was like so long ago. Yeah, the last time you played with an Etch-a-Sketch, Lindsay. What do you guys remember drawing on Etch-a-Sketches? Talk about Etch-a-Sketches. Give us a hint. I have no idea what this is. I couldn't tell you. I thought it was like an apple tree and then like a forest or some grass down at the bottom. Or maybe it's a bride wearing a head wedding dress? Lucy says she never had one. What do you think, Blue Regard? What is it? I have no idea. I literally don't have an idea of what it could possibly be. Just staring. I remember mindlessly turning the knobs. I remember whenever you would push the reset button, it would leave these little dots all over the place. So there would just be dots, 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 dots. And the only way to get rid of the dots was to pick it up and like shake the dang on thing real hard. Lucy says she has to fight a Hydra. Lindsay says probably a flower? Oh, I can see that because like in the middle it looks like the hibiscus flower kind of like with the tendrils and the bells poking out in the middle. I could see that. Wild car spotted in the college. It's just a wheel next to a cat. What kind of rims is that? Like the wheel seems to be completely detached from the axle of the car. Daydreamer says, this feels like one of those therapy sessions. What do you see in this? You know? Yeah, it does. Daydreamer said her back hurts. Why does your back hurt so much? Were you like hunched over the entire time that you... That might be a motor, says Miro. Miro, are you talking about the Etch-a-Sketch or are you talking about the cat? Oh, he means it might be a motorcycle, I guess. A motorcycle? Ah. Yeah, the wheel does look a little bit thin for a car. Lindsay says Hydra's supposed to have 6 heads. Nice. Cutting the felt, she was hunched over. The felt for the eyeballs and the mask, the little dots here. I can see that hurting so much. You're so good at crocheting, Daydreamer. You're really good. You've made so many of these dolls. Like, you have a lot of achievements. Good job, you beat it. Doing the details was the worst part. I bet it was. Oh, Kimiko to share her rats right here. The black one is Yuki, and the whiter one is Yumi. So we got Yumi right here on the left with the white face, and we got Yuki, right? Yeah. The black one that's squished up against the wall right here is Yuki. Kimiko, is this food that they're walking on, or is it stuff so that they don't hurt their feet walking around? Like, is this food that you dumped all over them, or is it that detritus that you dump all over the bottom of the rat cage so the rat's feet don't get like hurt from walking on the surface? What is that? And there's Yuki, the rat. Look at the little ears on the rat. Just wait, Troy, until you know the names. And that is not food. Okay, so that's stuff for their feet for them to walk on. Yuki and Yumi. I forgot the name of your other two rats. Because you had two rats that were older. Or was it three rats that were older? Oh, wait. Yuki's name is now Yemi because my brother's cat is called Yuki. Okay, it's Yemi. Yemi and Yumi. Yemi Yumi. She has 4 rats now. Yes. Minza and Mina. Yeah, that's the two. Minza, Mina, Yuki, and Yemi. They're so tiny. Yeah, those rats are really tiny. Well, wait. The name changed again a third time. The black rat is Suki, and the whiter one is Somi. Suki and Somi. That's the final names. Alright, we went through like 3 name changes. You like the black one? The black one does have some really nice little ears. But the white one got that classical white pigmentation on their face. Okay, it's Somi and Suki. Suki Somi. Their first night together, there was no blood, no nothing. The rat group is perfect. And they're already happy within 1 day. Hey, that's nice. After almost 3 years, Bunny is attempting traditional art. She's attempting light. So I think the character name that she says is Light? Nice. So drawing a circle for the skull and head. I like this little heart on the, oh, no, it's not a heart. It's a U. It's either a U or a heart on the neck. And a heart would be more buffed out, so it's a... I'm happy to see what she's going to do when she finishes that. Oh, she seemed to have finished it right here. Lemon Bunny Mama Bear drawing with... Ooh. Markers. Interesting. Interesting that she would use marker. Marker creates this distinctive, like, minimalistic kind of style. And you could really, with markers, you can really see where she did the pen strokes. This is kind of like Cammy's style, where Cammy likes to do fabric and clothing. And she tends to very, very strongly control her direction when she draws the fabric. It's nice to see that Bunny does the same thing. That's good. And then left to right for the pants. But for the shirt, it's up and down. And then for the hair, it was different directions for each part. Interesting. She says, sorry, the coloring is bad. I only found her pens. Oh, okay. So it wasn't marker, it was colored pens. Okay. Still, though, that's really nice. Well done, Bunny. Your pencil control is different on the shirt for this one than it is on this one. Very different pencil control. Or pen control, my bad. As well as the way that you decided to color the direction of their hairs. Suki took a carrot, and carrots are the food that Minza likes the most. And they both have similar behavior. They are all very cute. Kimiko updating us on her rats. And then ZZ taking pictures of the sky. Look at this. That's beautiful. More pictures of the sky. In the same spot, too. A very gentle smudge right here. And I thought that this was like a cloud or the sun or something. But it's just a smudge on the lens. Or maybe a piece of dirt or detritus. I love that. Thank you for sharing that with us, ZZ. And it's a rainbow cloud. Like, look how pretty that is in the middle of it. Kimiko says that Somi escaped from the cage, the white rat, just now. Lucius, she says that she's been working on this deer for 2 days now. Are you trying to draw like llama in real life? Daydreamer says, I'm questioning if I made this blanket wide enough. Okay, we'll have a look at it. Lucy says that she has deer stuff now. Look at this. No, it's not llama. I like this. But look at this in the background right here. Lucy likes to decorate the side of her room with butterflies. I did not know this. And did you draw this picture that's on the back, or is this a store-bought picture? Can't see the rest of it, but I would like to see more of that picture that's right there, Lucy. I like that. And you have white curtains. So these curtains kind of look similar to the ones that Bunny had on our Christmas tree. What's this over in the bottom right corner? Is that a book? I think I see some gloves. Lucy's got a plaid shirt on. It's a Demon Slayer picture. Kimiko recognizes it. Oh, forgot to put a heart on that. You got Animo gloves. I can see the Animo symbol right there. I thought that was just a green strap for, like, attaching the gloves. Silversong got a new figurine. Who is this character? A mummy and illustration by Onineko. Onineko, and it's Ami Ami. Is this character's name Ami Ami? What do you mean Troy stalking again? You literally shared the picture. How can we not look at the picture? Durandal. This character's name is Durandal? That sounds like the name of a sword. Yeah, Troy, sure. What do you mean, Troy, sure? It's the name. It is the name of a sword. Oh, interesting. Daydreamer says she got her grandfather got him some yarn. Isn't this the same grandfather who you made that Darth Vader for? That's some nice yarn. And this is the blanket you're making it out of? Hey, a blanket that's too big is always better than a blanket that's too small. You can work with a blanket that's too big. If it's too small, though, it'll just slip off of you. Or you just have to ball it up and use it as a pillow. Kimiko says that she has 0 grandfathers. Interesting. Why do you have 0 grandfathers? The stormtrooper was made for him as well. Oh, so he's ordered, like, I think it was Darth Vader, a stormtrooper, and now a blanket too. Hey, you got a business going, Daydreamer. Good job. Because the others died? I'm sorry for your losses. Daydreamer said, my mother got this for me because I eat a lot of ramen. Chopsticks. Lee Kum Ki, Hong Kong. No artificial flavors, gluten-free. Ceramic with something. I think it says microwave safe. Oh, Daydreamer, wow. This is that brand new teddy bear. I think you showed this to us before. And how do I know that this teddy bear is new? Because it's not covered in dog hair. It must be brand spanking new. You must have kept it very high up on a shelf. Also, nice nails. I like this little cup here, too. Both ran away or got kicked out. And one is dead. Damn. It will get covered in hair eventually. A Daydreamer says, the only thing that scares me is the non-stop echoing march of time. Kimiko's laughing her ass off because of me knowing because of dog hair. Le blanket en progress. Ooh. Nice blanket. And I'm talking about this blanket right here. We got a bunch of yarn right here. Pink yarn. This is the rest of the shelf. We got cardboard boxes. I think I see the top of the dog's head over here. Either that or the dog is underneath the blanket right here. This is for Troy. Hey, she got a picture of Raiden Shogun right there. And there's the butterfly on the wall. Oh, she was right. It is a Demon Slayer picture because I recognize this little girl and this guy. Daydreamer says, my room is a massive mess. Well, I mean, you have so much stuff and so little space to store everything, you know? I love both of these. Your closet is full of your mother's stuff. There is the answer. There lies the answer. Alright, well, I think that's just about everything. We've gone through everybody's submissions. So thank you so much for submitting the stuff. Stuff sharing Sundays. Good job making that blanket. That blanket looks comfortable. This looks like one of those blankets where it feels so good to lay down on it that you don't know if you should lay on the blanket because you like it more than the feel of your mattress, or if you should put it on top of you because it keeps you warm. Alright, Kimiko wanted me to review her Ganyu. So let's do that on Akasha.Genshin. Okay. Don't forget Verissa. Yes. I was just about to look it up, your chat, and copy paste. Ganyu and Verissa. Okay. Alright, Kimiko. Alright, go away, ads. Why is everything all dark? Ganyu. Okay. The pictures are all weird on Akasha. I don't know why, but it is. Is this accurate, Kimiko? Because, I can't see which pieces are of what. Oh my god, Final Fantasy, please. Akasha is going through it right now. Yes, it is. But anyways, I can't see which piece is your off piece, so I mean you'll have to audibly tell me because this is horrible. This is terrible. I can't see anything. Hold on. Just give me a second. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh yeah, okay, so there really is nothing that I can do about this with Akasha. So, yeah, what with the slightly limiting information that we got here. So since the circlet is the off piece, okay. So the goblet is... From this pie chart, I can tell that the goblet is cryo damage, but I literally cannot see. Yours on the phone is working? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is terrible. So, I'll do my best, Kimiko, but I'm assuming you have attack percent. Oh god, I can't even see which substats there are. Maybe refresh again? No. Okay, maybe let's try Inka. Or Inkanomiya. Inka Network. Maybe reload the page. I did reload. Yeah. Okay. Inkanomiya. Let's try this. Okay, this is better. I can actually see. Okay. Never mind. I can actually see the stuff now. Alright, Kimiko, Varissa, and Ganyu. Alright. Skyward Harp, a decent weapon for Ganyu. It literally gives crit damage and crit rate both together. And it has really, really high base attack. Attack Sand, Cryo Damage Goblet, Critical Circlet. Very good. Zero Elemental Mastery, so your Ganyu's really good at Freeze Team. So, that's wonderful. Frost Flake Arrow Blooms, decrease opponent's cryo resistance. That's crazy, C1. Honestly, you get this level up to 90, and your Ganyu, you can consider her complete. There's nothing else left for you to improve. Looking at this... yeah, there we go. Roll quality. There we go. I got that. What's this button do? That just puts a cryo effect around her. For the screenshot. Of course, she's top 1%. Oh, yes. You, I would really say get this weapon leveled up, and then that's it. Leave her alone after this, because your circlet being crit damage, and you've got, what? 2 attack rolls and 1 critical rate roll? And the only thing that you missed was getting a flat attack, but flat attack is better than flat HP because Ganyu still uses attack. So this is basically, this plus 35 attack is worth like 1 attack percentage roll. The 35 flat. So a flat roll of attack is worth roughly half. Very roughly half. And then your goblet, you missed 1 roll on HP, but that's fine because you got 3 rolls split between attack and critical damage. That's good. Your sand, every single roll is valuable. Ganyu still uses her burst. Even though she's on field and her burst costs 60, she doesn't need much. A little bit can help her get her burst out. And also, since she's freeze Ganyu with Blizzard Stare, the burst is just about applying more damage. If she was melt Ganyu, the burst would probably steal your melt. So you probably wouldn't even use the burst for melt Ganyu. Not very often, if you ever did. Because, again, the melts would be getting stolen. The feather. Feather is also perfect, because that's the rest of your energy. And your flower is perfect. And your flower is a 5 stat line feather. Or flower. Your feather is also 5 stat line. 2 rolls of this. 1, 1, 1. Yeah, you got 5 rolls on your feather. Yeah, there's no more improvements that can be done to your Ganyu, except for getting a 5 stat line artifact that rolls that 5th roll well, and also doesn't miss any rolls, which is insanely unrealistic. And also, you get extra credit for having an onset cryo damage bonus goblet. Kimiko, it seemed like only just a couple days ago when you were struggling to get the envisaged echo and your Ganyu was not very strong and you felt really frustrated and sad. But now look at you. You are top 1%. Just like I promised when I first met you. I told you your Ganyu's gonna be strong. We'll do it together. And by together, I mean like 99.99% effort was your own. And I did like 0.1% of the effort. She's perfect? Yes, this is a perfect Ganyu. If somebody wanted to copy a Blizzard Stare Ganyu, this would be it. Varissa. Let's look at Varissa. Also, okay. First thing that I see, I already like the fact that you got Long Night's Oath with the set. That's nice. Long Night's Oath is really good. Helps Varissa get a ridiculous amount of damage. Let's look at this. Okay, you've got signature weapon. You've maxed out her talents, which is crazy. That's good. You didn't even have any constellations. This Varissa is looking ferocious. Attack percentage, electro damage bonus, and you got a critical rate circlet. That's good. The circlet will get reshaped. Oh, yeah. I see what happened there. That's unfortunate. But honestly, with it rolling this badly, it almost doesn't even matter what you get. Like, the odds are so strongly in your favor. Because Varissa is extremely energy hungry. She's like voracious. She will devour energy particles like crazy. So even if you rolled some extra energy recharge on your circlet, that's a win. So you got a 75% chance of each of these rolls going into something that's much better. But this Varissa is really good. Lindsay says she really wants top 1% Flins. She wants to make one of the best Flins characters in the world. That's admirable. But anyways, yeah, this Varissa gets a really solid A+. Your weapon is almost leveled up to 90. You got a great set bonus. Your statistics even rolled very favorably. You got double crit on every artifact except for the goblet. But you get extra credit for having an onset goblet with at least, 2 or 3 rolls that are positive. So extra credit for the onset elemental goblet. Those are really hard to find. Honestly, out of all of your pieces here, the goblet to me is the most impressive one because it's the hardest one to find. And sure, you got 2 HP rolls, but that's fine considering you got a critical roll, you got some energy, and it's a 4 stat line, so 50% of your rolls went into a desirable statistic. If that happens, I call the artifacts good. If at least half of your rolls go into the into substats that your character wants or prefers, then it's a good one. And she's still just top 28%. What do you mean just top 28%? This is a strong Verissa. You know, like once you get past like top 40 or 30%, in like Akasha's leaderboards, after that point, it's literally just rolling substats. It's not whether or not you got your shit together with a character, and you definitely do. She's bad. Kimiko, I'm gonna strangle you, okay? This is a good Verissa. I only accept top 25%. Let's look at it this way, though. Imagine if everybody in the top 25% were built so closely together that even rolling 0.1 critical puts you up like 10% because everybody's packed so closely together. That's how it is in the top ranks. Like, the difference between a top 10% character and then a top 1% is quite literally like 1 or 2 critical rolls, and that's it. It's sometimes not even a crit roll. Sometimes it's just like an attack roll. Or maybe the rolls of your rolls are slightly lower. Like, the other person rolled 3% crit and you rolled 2.9. That's the difference that we're looking at. Like, the difference between somebody that's top 50% and somebody that's top 75%, that's a gigantic difference. But the difference between the builds of somebody that's at like 25 and like 15 are like much, much smaller. So that's something that you want to keep in mind, Kimiko, is that like the higher you get up in percentage rankings, the smaller the differences that there are between you and the next rank. She's bad. She's not bad. If you say that one more time, Kimiko, so help me God. For me, top 10% are the only ones that matter. The other ones are not built yet. That's crazy, Miro. But then again, for you, like, you see, like, Miro operates on a totally different scale, right? Because he's got, like, super insane characters. So, like, if you had somebody that was only half-assed, somebody that's not even meant for the job would do, like, significantly better. And what Miro's talking about is, like, you know, with him being that high up on the rankings, at that point, having, like, a 5-star weapon, or 5 refinements on a 4-star weapon, that's, like, considered an expectation, you know, at that point, because he's got the stuff to be able to do that. But for the rest of us mere mortals, most of the time we won't even have refinements on our 4-star weapons if they're a gacha. At least I don't. Craftables, yes, but gachas, no. Gacha weapons. Anyways, A+ on your Verissa. She's absolutely wonderful. There's very few improvements that you can make beyond quite literally just re-rolling artifacts. Like, once you re-roll this circlet, the difference between you and, like, a top 10% Verissa would quite literally be, like, 10 or 20% crit damage. Maybe not 20%, maybe about, like, 10. Because, you know, you get 1 or 2 rolls into this. You might get less rolls, but you might get some more attack rolls or something. But yes, A+. That's the minimum at one point, yeah. Exactly. And for me, I consider the minimums quite literally just having main stat, set bonus, and a weapon that works for the character's purpose, and their levels and talents. The substats, I tend to say those last because you have the least control over those. But the people who already have all of these other things as a given, the substats are their biggest focus. Which, you know, it's the smallest thing about a character, but the thing you have the smallest amount of agency over. And it also, in general, leads to the smallest improvements, too. If that helps you kind of scale things, like getting which one do you honestly think would help a Verissa more that literally just spawned into the map? They just got pulled in, like, as a level 1 character, you know? Would it be just getting a circlet with some more crit damage with their white weapon, or, you know, an actual weapon do more? Obviously, you need all of these things, and they all multiply off of each other. And I'm not advocating for anybody to run around with butt-naked characters, but always securing the basics first is my minimums. But yeah, we all operate on different estimations and scales, because Miro's minimum for a character, say for example, if he had, like, I don't know, if he was trying to build Malvika or something, and Malvika didn't even have her set bonus yet, then he would probably be better off using his fully built and decked out Arlecchino instead of Malvika, because, you know, his Malvika doesn't have enough to outdamage another character that he's already got built for a different purpose, but can do it better because they actually have their stuff. So he's not wrong. It's just that from where he's coming from, I think he's right. You know, we all got different kinds of scales of representing our minimums. And Miro provides a really good perspective for somebody who's more end game focused. Do we know what the Imaginarium Theater's next elements are? Let me see right now. Right now, we're in version 6 Luna. Oh. Version 6.2, I think. This is by Home DG Cat. I don't know if this is leaks, but this is our current theater, 6.1B. And here's version 6.2, so it'll be Pyro, Hydro, Electro. And here are apparently the special guest characters. So we got Kale, Venti, Shanyun, Shilonen. That's nice. We'll get Electro for the next theater. There are a lot of Electro 4 stars, or at least in my roster there is. So that's good. We get Yansan, we get Clarande, we get Dahlia, Siegewein, Yanfei, Malvika. Now this is really awesome because we get a lot of really nice opening characters, and I don't have any of these, so this is going to massively boost my ability to do Lunar Mode Theater. Hell yeah, guys. I'm going to send this on over. And here's version 6.3, Pyro Hydro Geo. Yoimiya, Yelan, Chiori, Yunjin. So another 4 characters that I don't have. Siegewein is there, huh? Yes. I'm gonna get, like, lots of Hydro healing. You want to look at Razor, huh? So, you guys got to see the apparent elements for 6.2 and 6.3. So, Pyro, Hydro, Electro, Pyro, Hydro, Geo. I think I might be able to do 12 Stella's lunar mode with this one. Maybe, possibly. Alright, Daydreamer wants Razor. Let's look at him. 650-209-109. Okay. I like what I see straight off the bat with Razor having a lot of normal attack levels. He's at C6. That's crazy. You know, Daydreamer, Razor gets like 50% crit damage bonus and then 10% critical rate bonus for his C6. And then he's got like Constellation 2 or something. He's got another 10% crit rate on low health enemies. So he could just... He's got a bonus of like 20% extra critical rate and a bonus of like 50% more crit damage. So your Razor is actually like 94.6 and 203.4 crit. 94.6 and 203.4. That's crazy. You built him because of Hexarai buffs. He's been C6 for years. I just left him behind, lol. Well, time to get on that Razor horse and start smacking real good. Now, I see that you have electro damage bonus with Razor. So unless it's possible for him to get like an electro infusion from another character, there's a strong chance that using an attack goblet might be better for him. I have not researched it enough to say attack is better. But he deals like lots of extra off-field damage based off of his... I'm not doing physical, hell no. Oh no, I was going to say attack, not physical. Because the attack goblet will also increase his physical damage. And he naturally ascends to get a lot of physical damage bonus. But there's another chance that electro damage bonus could be much better. I just, I have an attack goblet on mine, and I just know that there's been Hexarai buffs, but Razor is one of the characters that I have not researched. However, I do say that I absolutely love the Gladiator 4-piece, because you get that bonus attack power and more normal attack damage. And I did play with somebody who had a C6 Razor, and his physical damage is actually strong. And I think that they were using an attack goblet. Razor was smacking for like 13,000, 20,000, 13,000, 20,000, doing crits with his physical damage. And we were fighting a Nod Cry boss. Not a weak one. We were fighting that seahorse in Nod Cry. I forget what it's called. The one that becomes resistant to elements and shit. So, I don't remember what the Hexarai buffs do. We could look it up in game. I don't remember the verbiage either, but Razor definitely does more damage. He does things like when you're spamming your elemental skill, he's got the Hexarai particles, and when he's got 3 uses of his skill, it does like extra off-field electro damage when he uses his his elemental skill. So you might actually want to level up the elemental skill more for Razor now. For his elemental skill and burst. You definitely want those up. Before it was just like normal attack and burst. And, I mean, you sometimes threw in the skill. But now he really needs that elemental skill because it can do a lot of electro damage. So yeah, keep the electro damage for now, but if you end up getting an attack goblet that's just laying around, give it an honest try with Razor. But there's other things that happen, like if you're teaming up with Bennett and Razor, obviously Bennett is going to override him and give him a Pyro Infusion. So, you know, he can't get that physical damage anymore. But anyways, this is a great racer. Really strong. The only thing I question is Goblet, but due to my lack of knowledge, I will give him an A+ on whether or not the attack or electro damage bonus Goblet is better for the new Razor, the Hexerai Razor. Not the old Razor. Old Razor, physical is still better, but new Razor, Hexerai. You don't remember the team you made for him? You would probably send... As it sits right now, Razor would probably be really strong with Durin and Fischl together on a Chevreuse Overload team. Chevreuse Overload with Razor on it just seems really strong. Chevreuse, Durin, Fischl, and then Razor. You would die before you do Overload? Kimiko is going to take care of our rats. See you later, Kimiko. Alright, let's look at a next character. So, he's good. Alright, well actually, you know what? I'll probably have to give him an A- because his elemental skill is at level 1, but that can be easily changed within one day. I'm very passionate about my hate for Overload. If, for some reason, you had a very strong male character that was extremely muscular, and also had, I don't know, a really deep, booming voice, then surely you would use Overload then. That's all it takes. I know how you operate, Daydreamer. Alright, there we go. Let's refresh this. Lindsay wants Razor. Where is he? Okay. Serpent Spine, another weapon that's still good for Razor. Thoughts on using Gilded Dreams on Razor? Gilded Dreams does give him quite a lot of attack, but the thing that doesn't help him is the 80 points of Elemental Mastery at the start. Because since, like, you would probably have to do something like Aggravate Razor instead. But since there aren't any Dendro Mondstadt characters, you'd have to do something like use Fischl. And if you're using Fischl and Razor together, then suddenly, like, Durin becomes a better option, and then you got Fischl, Razor, Durin, and if you're still trying to use Dendro, it's gonna just turn into Overload Burning, and then in which case you just transform the team into Chevreuse Overload again. But I don't know, because if you're doing Gilded Dreams Razor, then you would probably have to do something like Hyperbloom Razor, which, you know what? Because of the Hexerai changes, you know, Hyperbloom Razor could be good. But the problem is you'd need to find somebody who's Hydro from Mondstadt that can apply enough Hydro. And Mona... Budget Sino? Yeah, basically Budget Sino. But Lindsay, I think that this Elemental Mastery Sand has to go. It's gotta go. He needs Attack Sand now because of the Hexerai buffs. He deals extra damage to enemies with Electro. But yeah, you could make Gilded Dreams Razor work. You could, but it would be a Hyperbloom Razor. It would be a Hyperbloom Razor. And it does give him a lot of attack when he's the solo Electro. It's just he wouldn't be the solo Electro on an Overload team with Chevreuse. I guess you could also save money, and instead of having Durin, you could have Xiangling. And you can have Chevreuse feed Xiangling elemental energy with a Favonius Lance or something. And you could also feed Xiangling Chevreuse's Pyro Particles. That's done very often. So you could save money that way, as Xiangling is just a replacement for Durin for monetary purposes, because you might not be able to afford the 5-star, and since Xiangling is free, that's a decent suggestion. But yeah, I'm trying to cook up something with Guild of Dreams, but it just seems like Gladiator is just way more straightforward and much more commonly available too, because anybody who's done any Ascension bosses, like, they just have Gladiator pieces just laying around. Daydreamer says, I want to sacrifice my C6 Chevres for Columbina. I would trade you. But anyways, Lindsay, critical damage circlet. That's nice. I question the physical damage because of, well, just questioning it. Only because of the new Razor. Old Razor, this would have been perfect. I would have said there's no problems, except for the Elemental Mastery Sand. That 100% needs to be attack. Physical damage Goblet could be attack. But I still have physical damage on my Razor because I'm not changing its build because I don't have time to. But I think that an attack Goblet could be healthier. Daydreamer says Chevres represents my failures. That's sad. Good choice of weapon on Razor. Very good. Oh, and by the way, the Razor that was doing like 13,000, 20,000, 13,000, 20,000 on all that shit, they were using a Refinement 5 prototype Archaic sword, so they were using a purple craftable. And they had an attack goblet instead of a critical. But that was because they were also doing tons of electro damage with the Razor. That the boss died quickly. But yeah, I'd probably give you, I don't know, B for this Razor, because this main stat doesn't help you on the sand, and the physical damage is only questionable, but as I said, I need to do more research myself before I can clearly advise you on that goblet, though. So you could just leave the goblet alone for now, but the sand definitely deserves to be attack main stat. Anybody else got any more review requests? Anybody else looking for builds? Blue Regard wants Flynn's. You want my opinion on your sand. Okay. Okay, so some people are saying that electro damage bonus seems to be better on the Hexarai Razor. Yeah, so I think it's electro damage bonus. Lindsay says the Fed says physical damage goblet is the bonus first choice. Okay, so Lindsay, I want to make sure that you don't get fooled by that. And also, I'm going to ask a secondary source real quick. I'm gonna go into the Genshin Discord and ask them, because since I don't know, I want to make sure. I'm just gonna ask them in the Discord real quick, so that we just got a couple people to say. Yeah, so Lindsay, the usage rates capture everybody globally, and since Razor only just recently got his build, the reason why the majority of people have physical damage goblets equipped is simply because they have not rebuilt Razor. But I can assure you for sure, even without having done super deep dive research, that now electro damage or attack, one of those has to be better than physical. Literally because with the Hex and Circle buffs, Razor gets so many more sources of electro damage that happen that are based off of his attacking power. And then he ascends with physical damage bonus, so... Yeah, and it does make sense, but the physical damage is literally old Razor. So that's why. It's because, like, all of the people that have him literally have not rebuilt him because they've been too busy. Well, most of them. Or the people that did build him, like me, I even said myself that I want to change to attack or electro damage because of the buffs, but I haven't because I just haven't had the resin to rebuild an old character or the money. I'm building Coach Eon-san right now, who I just pulled, you know. So that's the problem. That's the problem, Lindsay. So that's why it says what it says. Like if you look at I don't know, Mona, you still probably got 4-piece Noblesse as our most used artifact set, but now that she's got all of these elemental mastery buffs and stuff, people are using her in like lunar charge teams. I think it was I don't remember who it was. It was somebody that came with a review about a Mona that they were using to drive lunar charged reactions, like with Inefa, with Mona being the on-fielder, giving like attack power and lunar charged and buffing and all of that stuff. So that's why, Lindsay. So 'twas me. I did that. Oh, that was you, Daydreamer. All right, yeah. See, that's what I mean. So it's because it's like, Lindsay, if you've been collecting data for the past like 4 years on one character, and then all of that data is piled up on that one character, and then suddenly, literally within the past like couple months, you suddenly change that character to be totally different. Imagine if like all of your recent data within the last month, it'll be like, oh yeah, everybody's using electro damage and attack now. But for the past 4 years, everybody's using physical. That would make no sense if they did something like changed Razor's element to Dendro or something like that. That would make no sense at all. And it would make no sense at all to be equipping, you know, physical damage goblet. It would be weird, you know? So that's the deal, Lindsay. That's the deal. But trust. I would say electro damage is probably the best to go with, though. With a Hex and Circle Razor. Alright, Blue Regard, let's look at his Flynn. 739491377. Flynn's. You want my opinion on your sand? This is amazing. Oh my god. 79 elemental mastery? That's incredibly good. That's some insane luck. That's a godly sand for Flynn's. That's nice. That's crazy good. Super good. But no rolls into crit? That's fine. You got plenty of critical rolls from all of your other stuff. Look at all of your other crit rolls. Because think about it this way, Blue Regard. Tell me where you see your elemental mastery out on any of the other artifacts. Because we could look at the circle and then you could say, oh, I got attack and critical. Where's your elemental mastery at? I don't see any elemental mastery on your goblet either. I don't see any on your flower either. Where's the elemental mastery at on your feather? So if we balance things out, and let's say you got, if we split this up and you got what? If you had an elemental mastery roll over here on your flower instead of the energy or something, I don't know. You had an elemental mastery roll instead of the attack or whatever. And then you had an elemental mastery roll on your goblet instead of 2 critical and then 3 critical damage. And then maybe you got another elemental mastery roll instead of the critical here. Like, it would still be the same exact outcome right here. All of your elemental mastery is coming from one artifact. If you got rid of this, you'd lose almost half your elemental mastery. Almost half. So, half of all of your EM, it's just like my own Diluc. You remember that goblet that had 107 elemental mastery on it, Blue? Yeah, sure, it was double crit and it didn't get any crit rolls, but because I rolled tons of crit on all of my other artifacts, that elemental mastery was my weakest link. I didn't have any. I had none. Okay, that is true. Yeah, so think of your artifacts all together, Blue Regard, instead of separately. Think of them together. So, together, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So you got like 14-ish critical rolls all together. But, yeah. Lindsay says, kind of like my flans, ain't it? Yeah, exactly. See, like, if you rolled 30% critical damage on the circlet and then like 30% crit rate here and then 30% crit damage here, you'd be like, oh, but these artifacts are missing this, that, and the other individually. But together, they all make sense. And it all balances out together. No problem, Blue Regard. And, hey, Blue Regard, could you do me a small favor and give me my my own user ID? Because I don't have it on Economia Network. And I have to pull them all one at a time. Could you pull it from the description for me, please? Or maybe Lindsay or anybody. Just pull it from the description. Because I can't access that while I'm here. I can't access the description of myself. I could pull up YouTube, but I'm just asking because I wanted to show you my own Diluc. So you could get a clear example of what it looks like, where your artifacts are all extremely imbalanced by themselves, but when you put them all together on one person, one character, they all balance out. I just wanted to show you my Deluxe Goblet and stuff. Oh, hello Artie. Thank you so much. 764621597. Thank you, Artie. Oh God. Oh no. Right. I don't have him in my current showcase. Well. Right. Okay, I'll just log into the game. Since I was planning on logging in again anyways. Enjoying the holidays by sleeping in. That's good. Alright, let's load things up. Alright, we are loaded in. Okay, Blue Regard, you still here? Here's my Diluc. If you look at this artifact right here, there's so many people that will look at this and immediately go, ah, no, reshape that, take it off, it's trash. You rolled nothing but EM. That's terrible, right? But then, if you look at my Diluc, I have 107 points of elemental mastery coming from that one singular artifact. My Diluc is hurting the absolute most for literally getting elemental mastery. Before it, this was the best other goblet that I could... Oh. Yeah, I didn't have too many other goblets. I got 21 there. 0. 0. So this was like the best goblet that I could get. So, looking at that, it's like, oh, okay, let me get this. So I get some more crit damage. But now look at the elemental mastery. It's like, I'm barely reaching 60. Like, sure, nice crit ratio and stuff, but crit ratio multiplied by what? Because Diluc leans on that Vaporize extremely hard. And Melt. Hello, Ethereal. How you doing? So, yeah, that's why, Blue Regard, when you roll unicorn artifacts like this, don't panic. Keep them around, because they might be exactly what you need. And how's it going, Ethereal? Welcome. I have never seen you before. How are you doing in the stream? I thank you for clicking on my stream and coming to see me. What characters do I have? You're fine? Okay, good. Here's all of my characters. I'll slowly scroll down the list so you can kind of see who I've got. Just joining random people's streams. Well, I'm thankful that you decided to click on my stream and come say hi to me. I'm appreciative that you joined. Have I Hydro Dragon Nice? Yes. I have Durin, and my Durin is Constellation 6, right here. So that's good. I got C6 Durin. And you said Hydro Dragon Nice. Here's my Neuvilette, right here. All the way up to Constellation 6. He's got Marchus Hunter. There's his statistics. They didn't even try for Durin. Alright, some people gotta preserve their primo gems because they want Columbina and stuff. So that's good. Alright, is there a character that is your favorite? I do character reviews, Ethereal, so if you want them, please do let me know. How to get the characters reviewed? Just ask in the... you see the bottom of the description? You wanted Shalonen for your Arlecchino team. Oh... I wanted Coach Ian-san, so I spent some wishes on her. I don't have a lot of Primo Gems left, but this was after I was wishing for Durin, so here's the leftovers. I want to make a video of the differences between C0, C1, C2, C3, 4, 5, 6 for Durin, because, you know, not a lot of creators have the ability to, like, show that in a live stream and be able to check with every character, so I'll have to do something like get people to help me, because there's lots of characters that I don't have. Daydreamer says, I'm surprised my in-progress blanket is so warm. I thought it was rather thin. Well, that's because the blanket is made with love, Daydreamer. Ethereal says, my favorite character is Raiden Shogun, just because. You like Inazuma shining eternally? Al-Haytham says, Lindsay says, or not Lindsay, Daydreamer says she loves Al-Haytham. She'll get him C6 one day. You're gonna have to save up a lot of Primo Gems for that, Daydreamer. Weapon crystals. Ethereal says that they've been very lucky with their pulls so far. That's good. I'm going to be streaming for only a few more minutes, guys. So, after a bit, I will be shutting it down. So if you want your reviews, get them in now. You started in the summer? Hey, that's nice. Lindsay says she's gotten used to using him. Yeah, Durin's really comfortable with how much energy he gets. He's one of the characters where I'd honestly say that you really want to get his elemental skill up to like 10, purely because it gives so much. The energy. Where's the homemade teleporter thing? I don't know where it is.
You haven't quite hit your reps for today. Come on, one more set. Quick as a flash.
Grabbing artifacts.
Controlled breathing. Turn that frown upside down.
Collecting all of the artifacts and getting all of the experience points. It's become a reflex. I've done it for so long.
Sweet dreams.
What is my least favorite character in Genshin? I think I'd really have to think about that for a moment. Oh, crap.
Quick as a flash.
What is a character that I don't like?
Turn that frown upside down.
Paimon.
Sweet dreams.
Yeah, Paimon, I guess. Daydreamer's car 5. And you might ask why. My reasoning is the fact that Paimon repeatedly refuses to be emergency food.
Turn that frown upside down.
I was expecting at some point in time for us to find Paimon inside of a hilly churro pot, but we have never found her inside of a hilly churro pot. She refuses. I see Artie.
Control breathing. Sweet dreams.
You like the new voice? Honestly, I think that the Paimon, she sounds close enough that I could recognize that that's Paimon when she's talking. It's not quite like that one episode of some... I forget which anime it was. But it was terrible.
Sweet dreams.
It was absolutely terrible. They switched out the voice actor of a female character, and they had a guy do it because they didn't have any women in the studio. And then the next episode, they switched it to another voice. So it was like 3 voice actor changes for one character in the middle of in the span of like 3 episodes. So that was awful. So, hey, Ethereal, let's talk about something nice.
Keep pushing.
Can you tell me anything about some of Genshin's content that you do actually like lately? Tell me something about any of the content that you lately that you like. Something positive, something good.
Turn that frown upside down. Stronger.
I mean, sure, there's tons of positive things. Like, maybe one of the characters told a joke that really made you laugh. I can say that moment where Columbina said that she was going to say I should, that's spoilers. I almost spoiled. I won't spoil. But I like the Archon Quest moments with Columbina in it. There we go. Yeah. I avoided the spoiler. I did not spit it out. Don't worry. And if you don't know that Columbina is in the Archon Quest, I mean, look at the top left corner of the screen. That's not a spoiler. Frozen expert hater. Yes. Well, let's try and turn it into positive energy and focus on things that are good. Daydreamer says she loves Flynn's character. Tell me what you like about Flynn's. Is it the way that he uses recognizable English, but his words seem to be very carefully selected? He doesn't use very commonly spoken idioms. He's hilarious. You like his sense of humor? Yeah, I like Flynn's sense of humor.
Controlled breathing. Time to relax.
Miro says, we like that he is Russian. Flynn's is Russian? I did not know that. What tells you that he is Russian? Since I didn't recognize that, I would love to tell you to tell me what led you to discover that, Miro. Well, he's from Snezhnaya. He is. Oh. I thought he was literally from Nod Cry, because he's like a Nod Cry character. That said, you know, he's not the first character that's looked like they're from one but been from another nation. Like, what's his name? Toma is from Mondstadt, but all of the gameplay mechanics and stuff, like Genghis Invocation TCG, identify him as being from Inazuma. So that's interesting.
Controlled breathing.
He said that he was from Snezhnaya? Ah. Must have been one of those moments when our Archon quest was going too long and I was getting sleepy, so I didn't pay attention to that. But thank you for that, Miro.
Time to relax.
Be free.
Form first. Charge.
What time is it?
Here I go.
Getting closer and closer to the time that I will probably end the stream really soon. I'm happy that everybody came for this Sunday, and I know that I haven't been doing streams lately, guys, but again, for everybody that has not heard it yet, I'm working on some more, like, long-term content from games that I've already, like, played, you know? So I'm working on, instead of just tiny clips, I'm working on a big
Time to relax.
video, like one of the biggest I've ever done thus far. It's 16 hours of footage altogether, so I need, you know, a lot of time to put that together. I need, you know, I need to make a concentrated effort for this one. And I need to not fuck this up because, you know.
This weather is wild. Thing to do is dive under the covers where it's dark and... Turn that frown upside down. Quick as a flash. Right.
What am I climbing? Stop.
Time to relax.
Money.
Controlled breathing.
Got the money.
Stronger.
Killer fish.
Can't catch me. Make my escape.
You like the killer fish. Oh, you mean the fish that are swimming around in Nodcry? Yeah, I like that. I really like that they've been introducing more wildlife into the game. You know, we got the wolves over in Wolvendom, and if you switch to Razor, you know, the wolves will follow him, cause that's his Lupa call.
Time to relax. Sweet dreams.
This doesn't look like the usual Sunday games. Yeah, I haven't done the Sunday games as much lately, but I did Genshin reviews, and I'm still doing reviews NCIA, and this is about past the time where I usually end it. If nobody asks, yeah, I haven't done the Discord games as much. The attention on it died down a little bit. I know that Blue Regards still enjoys them, and still would like to do them. It's just that I haven't done a Genshin stream in a while, so I was giving everybody the chances to get their character reviews in now, since it's been a while. There won't be a stream Monday, guys, and I know that I haven't been doing the schedule, but yeah, NCIA, I was giving an explanation to everybody, just saying, hey, I'm going to be working on a really big videos. I'm going to be compiling all of the content from older video games and then just like publishing it as a full video. And I have to chop it down, edit it up, and download all of that. I literally just, the next one that I'm going to do is going to be my Resident Evil playthrough that I did.
Upside down.
And that is like 16 hours of footage. So that's what I've been doing. That's where I've been at. You know, it's a lot. I only just finished downloading for it like just recently. So then I'm going to be working on that. And also, it's been the holidays, so I've been taking time for myself, so. Which is good. And that's why I haven't been writing the schedule lately. Because, you know, I need to plan that out. So, do you want a character review? Because if not, then this is pretty close to closing time. Same for Ethereal. If you want characters reviewed, I'll let you judge my Varissa's later. If I get main stats and she's leveled. Oh, okay.
Time to relax.
Well, thank you for coming to say hi, NCIA. It means a lot to me that people, out of all of the thousands of YouTube streams, that you guys would click on me. That's the whole reason why I'm able to do this. If none of you clicked on me.
Turn that frown upside down.
She's level 70 out of 80 and has crit damage instead of crit rate circlet. I mean, that's fine though, NCIA, because I mean, you could probably end up balancing it out with a weapon, you know? Because I think you had like Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds equipped on her or something like that. $50 crit rate does not help. Well, yeah, that's why I was saying. I thought you had like Lost Prayer to Sacred Winds on her. So it probably is higher. But you pulled the signature weapon, so now it's like you wanted to change things around. You trying to optimize your Varissa. I know how much love you put into all of your characters. No, I pulled for signature. It's a high Base attack, low crit damage weapon. Oh. That makes sense. Yeah, it's getting close to the time that I'm gonna end it. I think I'll stream for a maximum of 24 more minutes if nobody wants reviews, or if I just finish collecting these artifacts in that time, because I'll be ending it.
And away I go!
Don't be a killjoy. We've only just begun. Look at this. Harden up. I must collect.
Average
myself.
RNG say
Time to
I get my
relax.
Malvika review, but my Malvika is bricked right now, and I'm not on Genshin.
Controlled breathing.
That's okay. Sometimes when you feel like a character is bricked is a really good time to get a review, because it's like you could probably like fix the character one way, but I guess you're in a situation where it's extremely expensive to fix her. I don't know what kind of situation she's in. But if nobody wants any reviews, then I will be ending it. I'm almost done collecting my artifacts. You have half of her artifacts on someone else. Ah, you're sharing artifacts. Yeah, that can be a real pain in the ass sometimes. Oh my god, you've got your account looks like a war zone. Okay. How much energy recharge she got? 205.1%. That's good. How many particles does Eon-san generate? Let's see.
On my mark! Form first! Step aside! Step aside! Step aside! Step aside!
Apparently she wants them to step aside. Somebody's gonna probably do something cursed, like make a lunar charged Eon-san build as her being the on-fielder.
Arm strength.
You fixed your Malvika? Okay. Let's do it. And this will probably be the last bit of it. Oh, Daydreamer, I didn't even notice you had the mini screen open. Oh my god, what is that? Oh, some sort of turn-based card game? What are you playing, Daydreamer? Interesting. Anyways, let's do that review. Let's not get too distracted. Alright, Inca Network. 7-7. Let's put you up on the big screen. Akasha is fixed. It is not fixed. We just checked earlier in the stream. It is, well, it's somewhat fixed, but not really. 3126042. Alright, Malvika. Let's have a look-see at her. Okay, so you got 4 pieces of Obsidian Codex. You got an Elemental Mastery, Sand. That's very good. Tidal Shadow is your main weapon. That's good. Damn, Troy. Oh, what? Was it the music that played from Daydreamer's mini screen? I'm sorry about that. That looks like fun. Ah. Yeah, I like that you leveled up our skill in burst. That's really good. Yeah, honestly, this is a decent Malvika. I don't know what you mean by her being chopped liver, but this is good. This is really good. .3% attack power is crazy. With an additional 48%. That's great. Your attack power was like doubled with this damn thing. It's good. This is decent. I'd give this Malvika an A+. She's built well. She's designed well. I mean, you got decent substats. Really decent. Really good substats, actually. Not decent, but really good. And you're at, what, 80? Obsidian Codex gives 40%, right? Yeah. 83.1% critical rate and 230.6% crit damage. I doubt I can get better pieces. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is good. This is really good. Although the crit rate is kind of sad. Yes, in some sense, you know what? You can say that missing 70% critical rate on a character that's a nuke character like Malvika is bad. But I thought about it with Varissa, people that like to use Varissa on Obsidian Codex. What is this? What is the why did you do this to Varissa? Average RNG hater. What is this? You're trying to violate the damn cow by forcing her into Scroll of the Hero of Cinder City. I run this and you know it. I know. That's why I clicked on Varissa. It's just to do that. But anyways, yeah, your Malvika is wonderful. She's great. She's perfect. This is good. The critical rate being a little bit lower is sad, but also at the same time, not very many Malvikas get up to 333 Elemental Mastery. Like, the 333 Elemental Mastery is a lot my friend. I think the top 1% average is around like, what, 240 or something? Maybe 250-ish, somewhere around there. You got 333. So, like, you've got a lot. As for your attack power, I did not memorize the number of the top 1% average. But, like, this is a top percent Malvika for sure. I have no doubt about it in my mind. Yeah, I have no doubt. Zero. I have zero doubt. And specifically in the melted vaporized category. This is a really good Malvika. You'd be hard pressed to find anything wrong with her. This is good. This is super solid. Top 1.5%. Yeah, see? I told you. This is top. The only thing you can do is get your skill to 10 and more constellations and a 5-star weapon. That's it. And every single one of those options are filled to the brim with RNG. And there's a lot of 5-star weapons that wouldn't even work better than the title Shadow for her. So, like that energy recharge one. I forget what it was called. It's top like 0.4 if I get a single extra crit rate substat. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Is exactly that. But where are you going to get it from? You're not going to get it from anywhere, because if you get crit rate here on your circlet, you lose elemental mastery or you lose attack. So that's just a trade. It's not an upgrade. Your goblet, pyro damage, double crit, attack, elemental mastery. This is the most optimal artifact that you can get for a goddamn goblet with Malvika. And it's an on-set pyro damage bonus goblet as well. Like, this is the most optimal theoretical artifact that you can get. The only thing that you can't get that's more optimal is literally the base roll that the artifact started with. The first one that it spawned on. Don't even get me started. Double crit, and then you rolled 4 times. This is a 5-stat line feather. A 5-stat line feather. And you got 4 critical damage rolls and then 1 crit rate roll. Yes, it's double HP. And even if you had attack percentage and elemental mastery, you probably wouldn't roll the same number of critical rolls that you did. And even if you did, it wouldn't roll the same way that it did before. So, like, you will never find a better feather than this one. You won't. And then your flower is what? 5-stat line as well? No, it's 4-stat line. And if you lost elemental mastery, or if you gain critical, you lose elemental mastery. Because that's the only other thing that you rolled on. And, I mean, when you're trading stats for stats, you're not upgrading anything. You're just trading. Your sand literally can't get better. Double crit attack percentage, and since elemental mastery is a main stat, you can't get that as a substat. And you've got 1 flat attack roll. And 2 flat attack rolls combined is worth like... is worth like 1 attack percentage roll. Ish. Somewhere about. It's worth like half. Half of an attack roll. A percentage, I mean. So, like, you have nothing else that you can improve on other than literally this singular flat attack roll. There'd be nothing else that's a direct improvement. And even if you did, you'd still have to roll the same or equal amount of crit. Like, there's nothing else you can do. That's it. She's as good as it gets. There's nothing to do. Other than spend money. A+ on your Malvika. Alright, well, that's all the time we got for today. Yeah, that's his only missed one is flat attack. Yes, you literally can't. Where are you going to get the critical from? There's nowhere. And even if you re-rolled this with a rolling feather, you would probably get more value by re-rolling one of Malvika's teammates with those feathers to make Malvika do more damage, or her team do more damage. Like, I don't know. Shit, not even Farina would work. Shilonen wouldn't work either. It's unlikely. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. There's nothing else for you to do, man. You can't upgrade her anymore. It's not realistically possible anymore. It's not happening. You cannot upgrade her. So yeah, perfect A+ on this Malvika. She's absolutely wonderful. Yeah. Good luck, though. Good luck, my friend. If you really wish to absolutely just waste your reroll feather and try to get 2 crit rate rolls, 2 crit damage rolls, and then get the final one into attack, crit rate, or crit damage, just good luck. That's all I got to say for you. That's it. 5, you'd have to succeed in 5 75% chances. This build is definitely sufficient. Sufficient. This is literally the most optimal you can get. Alright, that's it. Time to end the stream. I just know for a fact I will lose my Stygian runs by missing a crit on her burst. Honestly, that's the only thing that's in your way, but that's the other thing is, if you had less critical damage or less elemental mastery, that also means that your Malvika will hit less hard, right? So, say for example, if you had a run that was only, you know, that you only had maybe 15 or 30 seconds of time, if your crit rate was 0 and your crit damage, or if your crit rate was like 1% and your crit damage was like 1,000, it's still possible for you to complete it. You just have to retry 100 times to one-shot them with that magical crit. But if you had, you know, 100% crit rate and your crit damage was only like, you know, 50% or whatever, you could crit all you wanted, but it's no longer possible for a miracle to happen, average RNG hater. So that's why I say that your Malvika is fine. Because she's in a position for miracles to still happen. Alright, time to teleport away from danger and end the stream. Good night.